Welcome back, Glock fanboys, and those watch enthusiasts too. Again, for the second episode, actually. The other day, I had some fun with my Glock watch video. It is such a mixture of Glock armaments and Swiss Austrian fine watches. Yes. I alluded to the Cara Boucher watches, which are the watches shown in the background of your John Wick movies. Of course, I allude to other movie scenes too, if you caught that. But the last video may have been a bit nauseating to two Glock people. I went in nauseating about plastic versus crystal versus sapphire crystal, which is a watch person's thing. So I probably lost a lot of people on that. And if you noticed, I was trolling the Glock fanboys. I was wearing an HK hat and had an HK case behind me. Of course, during the last John Wick 2 movie, while he was doing a tasting in Italy, there was mention of his past fondness for the German varietals, the HKs, but then how he can wholeheartedly endorse the new breed of Austrians, which were the Glocks. Not sure if you caught that at all or even seen the last video. So with the watch, I used a Swiss versus Austrian. But is it really Austrian? That's the question we have to look at. Right here, I have the watch we're talking about, the Glock watch, in the green case. So I got mixed up the first issue as got mixed up in the first video of which case it was. Of course, you know the black case. We know what's in the black case. And it's not the watch. Let's take a look at the watch again. Now, opening up Glock cases always seems upside down, if you ask me. Yeah, clip them open like that. And we'll switch over to the other camera so we can get a better view. So here we go. Glock 30th anniversary watch. There it is in all of its glory. This watch is actually a little bit more simpler than what I thought it was originally. Let's go over what's on the facing. I'll use my pointer here. Of course, we have the hour and minute hands that go around it. We have a second hand on the top, which is for the timer. So I can start it right here. We'll talk about it more. What we have on the right-hand circle is a 24-hour clock. So the time is represented in the 24-hour area. On the left-hand side, we have always the counting seconds is always going because the hour and minute is the main hands. With this second over here is the seconds for the main hand. Whereas the second that I now have running here, going across the 6, is for the timer, the stopwatch. And it started. I can stop it again with the top button. It stops. I can reset it with the bottom one. Now notice if I let this run and I hit the bottom one, actually kind of hits pause and then it continues. I have to still stop it and reset it. This bottom area is for how many minutes the stopwatch is running, and we'll let this run for a bit. Now we alluded to titanium case and serrations on the top and the bottom, which in its positioning doesn't really have much form or function. The mesh banding, Seiko has a lot of watches that mesh banding, and this is very nice. The clasp, which opens up like this, hooks on the bottom, clicks on the top, and then this folds over and clicks on it, is also very similar to other Seiko clasps. And it adjusts also by if you take a screwdriver or something, you have to put it underneath here, flip up this metal piece here, and you can adjust it up and down. When you have it in the position you want, you push that down, locks into place. Of course, you have the clasp here with the hooks that go in this round bar right here. This goes over the top edge, has a little pin right there, a little flat spot. Goes over, clicks into the top, and this folds over, clicks down, and locks everything in place so it doesn't slide at all. Very nice watch band, if you ask me. Now on the back side is the serial number. I believe it says 1135 on mine. I show the front and back little plastic covers on mine. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with this. I really think this is a Seiko designed and manufactured watch. It also has the, as you can see on the bottom right here, it has a date. You'll see Seiko watches that have the date down in that particular position. Of course, other watch manufacturers do that too. The only way to really find out is to open it up and take a look at the movement, see what it says inside. Not finding much information about it online, but to me right now, this is all Seiko. The facing setup, like I said, looks like Seiko. Seiko also has some inexpensive titanium cases. This one isn't very heavy. Of course, titanium isn't very heavy. This is also identified as solar powered, which is what Seiko identifies some of their watches as, solar powered. And it uses a battery. I looked at the battery in here, looked it up online, some details about it. It's a, I think it's a Panasonic lithium battery, which is the same thing that Seiko uses too. So you got a lot of similarities there. You know, Citizen uses EcoDrive, and they use a different method to storing the energy there. Of course, I could be wrong. I'm not a watch expert. I don't own very many watches out there. I have a few Seikos, Citizens, as you saw, you know, Longines, and the Cara Boucher. A few other miscellaneous like Armatron, you know, Timex, Casio, stuff like that. But back to the watch. On a full charge, they state it has a running time of 6 months. Weight is 87 grams with this band on it. My Citizen Compass altimeter watch is 129 grams. The Cara Boucher, which is very heavy due to the watch case, is nearly twice as heavy as this watch is. Actually, maybe twice as heavy as my Citizen watch. The green band supposedly has the same feel as the front of the hand grip of a Gen 5, which I do have to say is similar to my Gen 5 Model 19. I went over the function of the watch real quickly, so we know how that works. But the real question is it interesting to the regular Glock fanboys? Would you buy this watch? This is one of those instances where is it worth $400? You can buy a lot for $400. You know, 20 boxes of 9mm. But does it interest you? I'd love to hear your comments below. See what you think about it. The thing is, you have to really be a watch enthusiast or really want to have this because it really doesn't do much. We just went through all the functions. Tells time, 24-hour hand. You know, you got a second hand sweeping over here. You got a stopwatch start, stopwatch stop, and reset. That's all it does. Nothing much at all. So it's a very, very basic watch. All for $400. Sapphire crystal up front costs a lot of money. The titanium case is really thin, adds to it. Options, this and that, the whole package. $400. Seiko internals, I'm considering a Seiko watch similar to this is about, I think, like $235. One I found with some similar features. So it really depends. Is it worth $400 to someone who may, like me, this has less features than my one Timex that I had out here. But of course, I also collect watches. So, you know, and you know what this is from. So it kind of made sense to buy it. Is it worth $400? You know, it will be different for each person. Anyways, leave your comments and questions below. I really would like to know what you think about this. And on another thing to think about, has anyone ever heard of Triva Watches? I'll probably mispronounce that because it's a Swedish company. They actually reclaim metal that they call humanium, which is human and IUM. They reclaim that metal from destroyed weapons to make their watch cases. So I don't know if you know about that company with destroyed watch cases. They make the cases from destroyed weapons of all type. Really interesting company. I don't own one of their watches, but I remember running across them before. But I think I'll look into it and just take a look and see what they offer. I didn't think they offered very much, but we'll take a look in the future. Anyways, we'll see you later, and we'll look to see what people think about the Glock watch 35th anniversary edition. We'll see you later.